Yes, good morning everyone. Am I visible to you? Yes, hello, good morning everyone. Am I visible to you? Okay, just a minute, just a minute. Very good morning. Now, am I visible to all of you? Yes, everyone. Am I visible to all of you? Yes, Nilesh, good morning. Good morning everyone. Yes, everyone. Am I audible, visible to all of you? Yes, now am I visible? Okay. First of all, yes, extremely sorry for inconvenience because since yesterday I am facing the technical problems, and today also I am facing the same problem. Uh, just give me a minute. Yes. Yes. Hello everyone. Very good morning to all of you. Okay. So let me introduce myself. Those who are new here, my name is Harshvardhan Singh, and I'm here on this platform. I'm going to teach you all the aspects of history, including optional, then then international relation and economics. Yes, I'm having 8-year experience in the field of civil services as an educator. Those who haven't taken subscription of Unacademy, I insist you to have a subscription of Unacademy. It will be more beneficial for you, and it is available at the lowest rate in India with the best faculty available in it. We have the option of plus and iconic, and whenever you want to take the subscription, please use my code, that is HarshV10. It will help you a lot. Okay. So quick recap of last lecture. In the last lecture, what we have discussed? Yes, in the last lecture, what we have discussed? We discuss Nazism. And one more thing I just want to tell you, and I'm really sorry for that. Somehow the pen of my pen tab broke yesterday, and that's why today I'm not in a position to write everything. So I'm going to underline the point, and I hope you all allow me to do so. So the quick recap of last lecture. In the last lecture, what we have discussed? We discussed Nazism, rise of Hitler, how it was so. So we mentioned that Treaty of Versailles was there. Treaty of Versailles created a favorable condition for rise of Hitler. How the Treaty of Versailles was a humiliation treaty for Germany. It hurts the German sentiment. Along with that, Treaty of Versailles imposed so many restrictions, which basically ended the Germany's capability to what we can say, to revive their economy. Along with that, means for example, we mentioned demilitarization of Rhineland. We already mentioned. Then what we mentioned, that their military cap was imposed over it. Navy was not there. Air Force was not there. Austria and all they forbid the union between Austria and Germany. So various type of restriction imposed over it, and along with that, nobody is there to support them. So what happened? The initial years from 1919 to 1924, this period was basically a period of economic instability. Why? Economic condition was not good, and the political condition was also not good. And why it is so? Because of presence of Weimar Republic, as monarch fled from Germany after the end of First World War. After end of First World War, he fled. Now what to do? The people gathered together. They formed the republic that is known as Weimar Republic. This Weimar Republic is having, what we can say, is having divergent opinion. Some capitalists were there, some socialists were there, some liberals were there. So they were having divergent views, and it is very difficult for them to reach the consensus over any particular issue. And that's why the problem was there. And what happened when USA realized that they made the mistake? They did the mistake, and that mistake was basically they didn't supported Germany. They made Germany so weak that Germany cannot revive themselves. So that's why Dow's plan was that this Dow's plan revived the German economy. Everything was going well. Very next year, Locarno Pact was signed. The pact was basically between France, Britain, Germany, Italy. Yes, and what's the most important factor in that pact? That is Germany recognized her western border. That means Alsace and Lorraine given to France. So when the problem is solved, and when the problem is solved, no tension at all. At the same time, with this Locarno Pact, Germany gets membership in League of Nations. So we discussed that. But unfortunately, in 1929, what happened? Great economic depression was there, and because of that great economic depression, whole economic collapse. And again, Germany entered into economic depression, frustration, and now people were thinking, they were doubting the institution of democracy. Clear? And this was very fertile ground for rise of Hitler. And what Hitler did? Yes, what Hitler did? Hitler utilizes this opportunity by making lofty promises to the people, and because of that reason he became so popular. So in 1933 he grabbed the power as a chancellor, and after becoming chancellor he started introducing the things and new reforms, or we can say his expansionist policy started. First thing, that is, he retreated from Treaty of Versailles. Clear? He said that it is not against it. Along with that, second step he did, that is, he retreated from League of Nations. Clear? In 1934 they signed a non-aggression pact with the Poland for 10 years. Along with that, there They tried to coup in Austria, but that failed. Clear? Very next year in 1935, we mentioned that Britain is having naval pact. So basically, British gave consent to the violation of Treaty of Versailles. Clear? In 1936, Rome-Berlin Axis was there. Yes, in 1936, Spanish Civil War, we already discussed it was considered as a dress rehearsal for it. And what about the Western countries? What they were doing? They were following the policy of appeasement. So, when in 1938 Hitler adopted a policy of expansion in large scale, now they realizes Hitler is a real threat for them. How it is so? Because initially they are when they annexed Austria, Western countries kept mum. Why? They were not in a position to fight a war because they saw this horrifying nature of World War. So they said that okay, it's okay, we did injustice with the Germany, and now they want to use this opportunity and let it be. After that, they asked the Sudeten province of Czechoslovakia. This also creates a problem. Yes, because now the demand of Hitler increased day by day, and it creates a problem for Western world. But now Western world convinced Czechoslovakia to surrender this province, but at the same time they warn Hitler, if you want any further land, then you will going to face the consequences. But they didn't get any ground to attack Germany, because if you want to enter into any war, you have to justify that step, and they don't have that chance. How to justify it? Clear? How to justify? So this justification is provided by Hitler only when Hitler invaded Poland in 1939 and the beginning of First World War. How? Because in 1934 we mentioned that Hitler signed a non-aggression pact for 10 years with the Poland, and in 1939 he broke, and that's why it gives the legitimate authority to Britain and France entered into war, and the Second World War began. Yes, yes, Ram Kumar, good morning. Preeti, Akshay, Ashwini, Bhanupriya, Sachin, very good morning to all of you. Now, today we are going to discuss the another part of madness. Yes, am I right? The first part of madness we already discussed, that is Nazism. The second part of madness we are going to discuss Fascism. The Fascist Party was established in Italy in the year 1919. Yes, Fascist Party established in Italy in 1919. This is the same period where the world wars were over, economic frustration was there, and you know that we mentioned two countries emerged as dissatisfied nation. First we mentioned Germany, second country we mentioned Italy. Why Italy was not satisfied with the Treaty of Versailles? We mentioned at that time because Italy invested lot and they got very less return. Means as compared to their investment, they suffered from losses. Because if you entered into war, it is not just for the territory, you are getting territory, but at the same time you are losing your human resource. Along with that, you are going to lose your economy, because economic destruction is there, vast devastation is there because of the war. And it was a period of frustration in Italy, and Mussolini grabbed this opportunity and he started propagating his idea. His idea was like just like same as a Hitler, glorifying the past and selling the dreams of future. Always remember one thing: as you are going to be a bureaucrat, and you are a citizen of this country, so every citizen should always keep this in mind. If anybody is talking about past, or if anybody is showing just future, and that person is not talking about the present, then that person is basically lying. Clear? How? Let me explain. Some of you might get confused because it is in history. We have to learn from that. How? Glorification past. We always love stories. As a human being, we all. Hardly 1% of the population doesn't love the story, but 99% population loves the story. And we always want to listen the stories of glorification. Means in world context as well, the story is like once upon time there was a king. Once upon time there was a queen. Such kind of, and king was so brave and all such type of glorification of stories there. And you can add many more things in that story. Means basically I'm talking about exaggeration theology. When somebody is talking about the past and exaggerating that thing, you love to listen that how great we were, how great were ancestors. Clear? So it was a story. Do you tell me, can you tell me that are you in a position to go back for fact check, reality check, whether it was there or not, whether they did it or not? Yes, everyone, this question is for you. If somebody is glorifying the past, are you there or can you find out the reality of it? Is it possible? Is it possible for you? Do you have that much time? Of course not. Nobody is going to check the fact. We don't have time machine. Yes. So whatever the myths, legends were there, we love that. And these people, basically the fascist people, they always glorify past. That past was the best time in our country. And one more thing, fascist people always criticize the present situation and they blame any particular section of the society or any particular political party or anything for the present situation. They never take responsibility of present situation. They always blame someone for that. And basically what they did in the present, they demonize any particular section of the society or any particular political party so that nobody is going to ask question to them. Clear? And how they sell this dream, they are going to make lofty promises. Means sometimes you realize it is not going to happen if you are having common sense, you know that. But they sell these lofty promises, and as a human being, we love that. Means if I tell you one thing, just as I just want to tell you with the example. Imagine you're going to be selected as an IAS. Then you will have a big house. At least it consists of 4-5 acre area. A big house. Chauffeur is there. Orderlies are there. You do not have to do anything. No cooking. No sweeping of the floors. Nothing. Everything you will get just by ordering it. You have a separate car to go to office. People are going to ask, please help me, and all. Society respect you. You will get good husband or wife. Don't you think you're feeling good? Yes. Don't you think you feel good by listening all these things? Yes, everyone, this question is for you. Yes. Are you feeling happy while listening this thing? Just imagine. If you are having imagination, you definitely loved it. No response. Ashwini said so creamy. Yes. Or don't you have a dream? If you don't have a dream, then that's your problem. But as I said, the common people always love to listen. the good thing about them, good thing about the future. And what I mentioned right now, you feel good, you love that, and this is the best way to sail the dream. And fascist party sail such type of things. So do you know the ideology? Fascist party, Nilesh said yes, feel goods, but super sugar coated. No, it is not sugar coated. It feels good and it is there in reality as well. But when I sell this dream to you, I didn't mention how much efforts you have to take to accomplish that task, how much torture, suffering from the society, how many taunts you have to listen. I didn't mention. Clear? Means while achieving this thing, I didn't mention obstacles. Clear? So, what is the speciality of fascist party? They always glorify past because no one is going to check whether it was there or not. The second most important thing, they always sell the dreams. Why? Because no one is going to check it in future. We don't have time machine. Simple. And what about present? They blame any particular political party or any group of section or any other country for their present condition. So nobody is going to ask the question why you are not doing this thing, why you are not doing that thing. If you ask them the question, then they are going to say it was a fault of previous government or it was a fault of any particular country. Clear, everyone? This is always dangerous for democracy. Clear? How? Because in democracy, citizens have a right to ask question to their government. Means if government made any promise, electoral promise, then citizen has a right to ask the question, tell me, you said that you're going to build this road or build this bridge, or you said you're going to improve the health structure, why you haven't improved? Clear? Yes, everyone? It is the case. And if you think so, you heard it somewhere, or if you think so, same type of situation prevail in any particular country, then yes, of course it is there because in history, names and places changes, events remain the same, and I didn't mention the name of the country. You are smart enough to know the name of the country. Okay. Now, what he did, as I mentioned, frustration is the best fertile ground for rise of dictators. And what he did, he started a vigorous propaganda. A vigorous propaganda. How? This he started vigorous propaganda. Propaganda means continuous bombardment of his idea over the people, whether you liked it or disliked. But if somebody is bombarding lots of time, then definitely you're going to think about it. Am I right or wrong? If I'm hammering anything day by day on you, definitely you are going to listen one day. And this is a important aspect of propaganda. So he started a propaganda and fascist party. He blamed the previous government. He blamed the particular country, basically Britain and France, for their misery and all. And his propaganda was based on two aspects. One aspect is anti-socialism and another aspect is radical nationalism. Yes, it is based on two things, anti-socialism and anti-nationalism. And what I mentioned, fascist party is a political party. Yes. Tell me one thing. If any political party is having ideology of anti-socialism, then what's the benefit they get? Yes, if, as you know, in election, what you want majority. If you get the majority, then only you are going to rule. And to get the majority, you have to contest election, and to contest the election, you should have some agenda. So, Fascist Party in 1919 set an agenda. As it is a political party, they set their agenda, and the two important aspects of that agenda is first is anti-socialism, second is radical nationalism. So, please tell me, yes, I'm this question to all of you, please tell me, if any political party adopted anti-socialism approach, then what's the benefit for that particular political party? If you think about fascist party, that's good. If you are not in a position to understand the situation of fascist party, let's consider it in normal sense, because this is very normal thing. Yes, everyone, please tell me. Yes, I'm waiting for your answers. What Nilesh said, whatever they say to people, it can be fact checked. Okay, said to gather the support from one part of the society or a majority. Yes, go on, go on. What do you think? They would have promised, we will make you free from the people who aren't native of our country. Yes, everyone, use your common sense. Though it's very difficult nowadays to find out the common sense, but I hope you have. Anti-socialism. So before understanding anti-socialism, you have to understand what is socialism is. Yes, Guru Simran Singh said propagation of their own ideology and imposition of the same. Yes, based on anti-socialism. So my question is basically, what's the advantage of any particular political party when they have an agenda of anti-socialism? What is socialism? The socialism we mentioned, socialism believed in equality, yes, equal distribution of resources, whether you are rich or whether you are poor, you will get all the resources. Am I right or wrong? It is based on the principle of equality. Either you are rich or poor, you will get that. It is not just related with the economy, it is related with the social status as well. Yes, hence this equality is having all the aspects, that is political, social and economic angle. Ashwini said equality for all, yes, opposition to liberalism. So, when any political party is adopted anti-socialism approach, that means that political party doesn't believe in the concept of equality. Equality in all the sense, including equal distribution of resources. And you know that in democracy, if you want to win the election, you have to vote the masses. Am I right or wrong? Whatever the ideology you have, it doesn't matter. You can keep any ideology. But if you want to contest the election, you want majority. And how will you get majority? By getting votes. And if you want vote, you have to vote the masses. You have to convince them with your ideology. Yes. So, if any political party is adopting a stand of anti-socialism, then which section of the society that particular political party wants to vote? Let's take an example of fascist party here. When fascist party adopted anti-socialism approach, so they targeted which section of the society to get votes. Yes, everyone. Do you get my question? Fascist party is having anti-socialism stand. So when fascist party is having anti-socialism stand, which section of the society they want to target for getting votes? Yes, Guru Simran, Nilesh, Ashwini, Bhanupriya, Achintya. Good morning. Labor class, Nilesh. Are you serious? Or have you lost somewhere? Socialism is a concept dearer to labor class. Anti-socialism is not a concept dearer to labor class. Anti-socialism concept is against labor classes. Yes, everyone? Yes, Preeti, Bhanupriya, Nilesh and all. What do you think? Which section of the society? Capitalist? Really? Yes, what about others? What about others? Preeti also said capitalist. Of course, they want to vote the capitalist. Why? Because capitalism versus socialism. Capitalist doesn't want to share their profit with the laborers. Clear? So the concept of anti-socialism is basically to vote capitalist. Clear? So this concept is there to vote capitalist. Yes. One more question. Yes, I love to ask the question because we are in democracy. Yes. And those who join me today, once again, I want to tell you this thing. Please feel free to ask the question because it's my duty to reply to your question. Along with that, whenever I'm going to ask the question, please reply it because it boosts your confidence. Along with that, the most important aspect of it, that it started your thinking process. It helps you to analyze the question while writing mains. It helps you to analyze any particular topic because such type of question emerge while you are reading any particular topic, and this is most important to understand because most of the students are having this problem. They used to say the same thing to me, that sir, I read any particular topic but I didn't remember that topic. It is just because you just read it, you just finished that book. Reading is a different thing, and reading plus understanding is most important. Clear? Yes, so such type of question should emerge, and if it is going to emerge, then it will help you a lot. So that's why I'm asking this question. Yes, one more question for all of you. Anti-socialism to war capitalism. So what do you think in percentage wise? in percentage wise of population, how many percent of the population of any particular country consists of capitalists? Yes, if I give you the option 1%, 50%, or 100%. Yes, what do you think? How much percent of population of any particular country consists of capitalists? Very less than half percent of the population. Just take example of India. Forget about Italy if you don't know about Italy. Just think about India. Do you really think so that Indian population is having 50% of population belongs to capitalist? Very little, very little. Yes, actually 2 to 5%, but mostly 1% is there. If you consider India's population, it is around 130 crore. So 1% of 130 crore is how much? 1.3 crore. Do you really think so that India is having 1.3 crore capitalists? Yes, it is possible. But if you consider 50%, that means half of the population. No, you are wrong. Clear? So, yes, exactly. Nilesh, Preeti, Akshay, Narendra Kumar. Yes, you all said exactly. Very few, very few. And what I asked earlier, in political system, whenever you have a political party, you have to contest the election and you have to win the majority if you want to form the government. And here what I mentioned, when fascist party adopted the stand of anti-socialism, so they targeted which section of society to vote? Capitalist. And as I mentioned here, as you all are saying the same thing, 1% of population belongs to capitalists. So do you really think so? With the help of 1% vote, fascist party is going to form the government? Yes, a very common basic question to all of you. Do you really think so that with help of 1% of voting share of the population, fascist party is going to form the government? Hmm. Yes, of course not. It is not possible. Then why he targeted capitalists then? Why he want to vote the capitalist? Yes, Shweta said no, and rest Bhanupriya, Akshay and all said no, not possible, not possible. Then what's the advantage of this capitalist? Capitalist, the most important advantage, that is they have money. Yes, they have money. Yes, Narendra Kumar, their party needs fund. Yes, exactly. They have money. They want strong financial backup, so they vote the capitalist. And as I mentioned, if you want to win the election, you have to take the support of majority. And as I said, 1% of population is not enough to win the election. And do you really think so with help of money? Sorry, do you really think so with help of just money? Means if you are having lots of money, you're going to win the election. Yes, everyone. A very basic and common question for all of you. Do you really think so? If you have money, just you have money, is it possible for you to win the election? just with help of money. Yes, means no, capitalists can buy anything, power of money. No, they can buy, but they cannot buy the 99% population of the country through money. They can buy 20%, 30% of the population, not all. No, poor are more, what we can say, having dignity. So if you are having this kind of understanding that poor are basically, they do not have dignity, it is not the case. Poor have more dignity than the rich people. Clear? Needs a charismatic leader as well as to sail an idea. First of all, this point is clear that capitalists provided the fund, but only fund is not enough to get the vote. Then how to woo the masses? That is also important thing. How to woo the common people? So this is a remedy for it. Radical nationalism. Yes, what Preeti said, but no money helps them to propagate their ideology through media or anything. To get vote, what is the solution? Radical nationalism. Best free of cost. Radical nationalism, chauvinism, jingoism, best solution. Just try to propagate, bombard that thing that we want our country to be great, and who are going to make it? You are going to make our country great. People say that, oh, I'm common man, but yes, I'm going to do that. Selling, it's just kind of that approach. We are different. So this is basically that strong injection is injected in the body of common masses. With help of this injection, people are not going to ask anything. They are not going to ask for food, they are not going to ask for shelter, they are not going to ask for basic facility. They only want one thing, that they want their country to be great. And how it is possible that your nation state is going to be great without upgradation in your life? Akshay said in India voting average is less than 50%. The reason is India is a different case. Jingoism straight through the people. Yes, exactly. So radical nationalism is there to woe common people. It's an easy and free instrument to woe the common people. Now you get it. He targeted two sections of the society. One section, that is capitalists. Capitalists provided huge fund to Fascist Party, and why? Because of their stand of anti-socialism. And now that during that time capitalists were facing lots of problems because of socialism. Why? Because laborers organized themselves, laborers asked the question, and if labor didn't get their appropriate salary or due, they proclaimed strike. Clear? That's the case. So that's why capitalists were not in a position to exploit them. So this fascist party supported this idea of anti-socialism. So capitalists supported it. And the second, radical nationalism to vote the common masses. Now the two section of the society gets mad. So don't you think it's very difficult for them to get vote and emerge as the victor? It's very easy for them. Yes, what Akshay said. For stop interference of intellectual ruler used linguistic mass support, and I can comment on it. Okay. Next. Through this vigorous propaganda, there was election in 1921 and victory of Fascist Party at many places. I didn't mention that victory of Fascist Party all over Italy. They got seats at many places. So now just formation of party in 1919 and they got the seats. And why it is so? The most important reason, Italy was suffering from economic crisis at that time. Frustration was there. And it was that period where the riots broke out and situation of anarchy prevails. How it is so? How this riot broke out? The ruling party, the government basically, the government was against socialism, communism, and they want to end this thing. So, to end the communism and socialism from Italy, they supported this radical group. It's unofficial support. And the clashes broke out between the fascist party and the communist party and socialist party present in Italy. And it was a kind of situation of, as I mentioned, kind of situation of civil war in Italy. And you know that, and you know what? Government supported fascist party not just morally, but they also supplied arms and ammunition, including bombs, to end the socialism and communism in that country. So within a short interval of time, there was an influence of fascist party over Italy, and the same fascist party now become too much powerful that they challenged the government as well. And this challenge was in the form of Mussolini's march to Rome. The purpose of march is very clear. March is there to show strength. March. When you have a march is going to show the strength to the opponent. Along with that, march is there to propagate the idea. And when he started a march from Milan to Rome, he basically pressurized the government. He basically terrorizing the opponents with help of this march and to show the strength how powerful he was. Clear? So because of this thing, king was helpless. King invited Mussolini to form the government, and within a short interval of time, Mussolini became the prime minister of Italy. Yes, is that clear to you? Yes, is that clear for all of you? Any question, any doubt? If you are having, please let me know. Next thing, from 1922 to 1925, 1922 to 1925, Mussolini consolidated position. He consolidated his position because you know that there were opponents as well. There are many political parties as well as people who hated Mussolini as well. So what he did, first he consolidated his position, and once he realized now he is in position to control Italy, he started introducing reforms. So 1925, first reform he introduced. And you know what? The basic difference between Nazism and Fascism. Fascism was acted like a slow poison. Basically, Mussolini was a dictator, but he gradually captured each and everything of that country. But it was not the case with the Hitler. It was not the case with Hitler. Hitler suddenly ended this thing. Suddenly ended the government. Means when he became chancellor, after that he ended the office of president. So it was not the case with fascist Italy. What he did, he gradually, day by day, increased his influence and his idea was very clear. He wants to be dictator. He wants total control over Italy. Yeah. So in 1925, Fascist Labor Union was established, and this Fascist Labor Union was given sole right. The word is Fascist Labor Union gets the sole right to negotiate on all labor contracts. And why it was there? Because they also supported this idea, this fascist party. They said that there are many labor organizations, labor unions, and many labor organization is having many views, and because of that reason, because of their internal differences, laborers are suffering a lot. Means one union is having one demand, the other union is opposing that demand. So such type of situation was there. So instead of so many labor union, it's better to have one. Don't you think it's a good idea? Yes, everyone. What do you think? Is that a great idea? That instead of many, it's always better to have one. Yes. Yes, I'm waiting for your answer. Hmm. Yes, everyone. What do you think? Instead of so many organization or union, it's better to have one. Nilesh said no. Ashwini said no. Why? Why? If you said yes, then why? Yes, it's okay. Yes, no need to. But if you are saying no, then please let me know why you are opposing that. Narendra Kumar said difficult to control. No, it creates monopoly. Okay. Preeti said no. Bhanupriya said no. Okay, okay, okay. But why? What do you think? Why it's not good? This idea is same like fascism. Initially it looks great. Initially it looks great, but later on you will get to know that it is a disaster thing. How? When fascist labor union was given sole right to negotiate on all labor contracts instead of multiple party, multiple organization, one organization. So common people thought that it's okay, because labor thought the same thing, that this is a decision for themselves. This is going to help themselves. Ashwini said it will be power with only one, and only one will do whatever they want. Yes, exactly. The leaders can join hand with the capitalists. Yes, exactly. Nilesh, exactly. Akshay, it is easy to propagate the ideas through one level. Yes, all are correct. Yes, exactly. When you have a sole right, what if, what if they join hands with capitalists? What if they join hands with the capitalists? Do you really think so? They are going to support the ideas of labor? It won't accommodate all types of opinion and idea. Yes, exactly, Preeti. So what if they have joined hand with the capitalists? Do you really think so? They are going to work for welfare of labor? No. Along with that, as different labor organizations were there, they have a different opinion, different questions, and all. If you have one, if you have one union and that particular union is having prejudices regarding any particular demand, do you really think so they are going to raise that demand? No, it was the case. So that's why gradually they are going to control the labor union through fascist labor union. Clear? Next, in 1926, he established National Syndicate. So first of all, what it means? What is syndicate? Yes, what is syndicate? What it means? Because to understand the exact meaning or crux of National Syndicate, first you have to know the meaning of syndicate. Yes, everyone. Yes, Guru Simran, Narendra Kumar, Akshay, Preeti, Bhanupriya, Ashwini, and all. Nilesh said it's a group. Syndicate means group. Yes. What do you think? What it means? What is the meaning of syndicate? Hmm. What about others? What is syndicate? Yes, this word is very common in Indian context as well. We have a syndicate bank as well. Yes. Along with that, I hope you read post-independence India as well. In the post-independence India, you will get the reference of Congress syndicate as well. Ashwini said it's a group with the same interest. Akshay said syndicate means lobby for achieve something. Syndicate. Let me explain. Syndicate is a group of people. First meaning. This is the first part of the meaning. Syndicate means group of people with with same ideology, with same motto, same intention. Clear? Selected few people. Syndicate means a group of people which share the same idea, same ideology, same intention or same goal. That is known as syndicate. Yes, exactly. Now you get it. So he established a national syndicate. National syndicate. National syndicate means all should have the same goal, same aim with have a common interest. Clear? Yes, Narendra, exactly. National syndicate were having 13 in number. Means there are 13 national syndicate he established. 6 for capitalist, 6 for labor and 1 for professional. 6 for capitalist, 6 for labor, 1 for professional. And what's the aim of that syndicate? To harmonize their interest. There there means whose interest? Capitalist, labor and professional. The aim is to harmonize the interest between capitalist, labor and professional. So how it is the case? Means always remember whatever you're working for yourself, you're always happy. But if you're working in any particular company, and if you're a normal person, your boss is also a normal person. Boss means I'm talking about the owner of the company is a normal person. Then this is always a condition that labor always thinks they are doing many things for the boss, but he didn't get that much return from the boss. So labor is dissatisfied with his company. His thinking is like I'm doing lots of things for this person and he is not paying enough for me. This is the one thing. The another side of the story, boss also thinks about the same. Boss said that I'm paying too much for this lazy lad and this person is not working. He is wasting or she is wasting my money. Don't you think it's common? Yes, Narendra Kumar, you mentioned why much representation is given to labor because of industrialization. A majority section of the society emerged in the form of labor. Their population was more. Yes, their population was more. That's why they gave that much representation. And right now they are politically active as well. So you cannot negate them. Clear? And I will explain all these things to you. So this is very common thing that capitalists are going to think that laborers are doing time pass and I'm paying lots of things. The same way laborers are saying we are doing everything for the capitalist and capitalists are not paying. And if this mindset is continue, do you really think so that company is going to work well? Professional means of course managers, engineers, yes, technicians, these are considered as a professional. Yeah. So if there is a differences between capitalist and labor, do you really think so that company is going to work well? Of course not. If they are having differences, dissatisfaction, company is not going to work well. And if company is not going to work well, then whether company is going to provide more amount of taxes to the state? No. If there is dispute between capitalist or labor or professional, company is not going to perform well. And if company is not going to perform well, then ultimately nation will not get that much tax. So basically, because of their differences, nation is suffering. And that's why the word syndicate he used to harmonize the relation, to make them all to think for the welfare of the state. Clear? But still, but still, his efforts didn't improve the condition of labor. And of course, it is not going to improve in one go. It takes time because exploitation of labor was a continuous process since industrialization. So it is not going to change in one day. But at least he convinced the population that we have to work together as a syndicate. Okay. Next, as we mentioned, labor condition was not improved. So in 1927, labor charter was there. Labor charter. Charter is basically order. Labor charter defined the relation. Yes, the word is defined. Means it is an order. Charter is basically order. Yes, it defined the relationship between labor and employer. Means how labor is going to work, how he or she behave with the employer, at the same time how employer should behave to treat laborers. Clear? So it is already mentioned in that charter just to improve the relationship between labor and capitalist as well as to improve the condition of labor. In that charter, one more point is mentioned, that is labor has a social duty to protect the state. How? How? How labor has a social. How labor has a social duty to protect state. Yes, everyone. What do you think? Hmm. Yes, everyone. This is question for you. What do you think? How labor has a social duty to protect state? How labor can protect the state? Don't you think it's a duty of soldiers? In common sense, we always have this thing. To protect nation, what we require? Soldiers. To protect the internal security, what we require? Police. Narendra said to keep peace. Akshay said it's like Deshbhakti radicalism. We all are doing social duty as well to protect the state. How we are going to protect? Protect, it doesn't have only one aspect. Most of the time when the word is there, protect, we use the reference of foreign invasion. It is not the case. What Narendra Kumar said, and keep working to run the economy machinery as the state have provided jobs to them. Yes, Narendra and Nilesh, exactly. How social duties, because they are doing their duty. And what's their duty? To work in the factories. If are going, they are going to work in the factory without strike, without lockout, then definitely the condition of that company is going to improve. And if the condition of that company is going to improve, company is going to pay taxes to the state. And if the taxes are increased, if the collection of taxes increase, definitely it helps country to build a strong navy, army, air force. Yes, to started developing program and all. So it is having this aspect. So they said that it's duty. It's not a voluntary thing that you have to do good work. No, it's your duty. Clear? To protect state, and how you're going to protect, I just explained. Yes. Next thing, they negated the conflict between both. Now, this charter clearly mentioned you should not have any fight with your capitalist boss. And the same thing they said that capitalists should not fight with the labor. So they negated, completely ended the possibility of conflict, and they banned all strikes and lockouts. So don't you think it's a good thing? Ashwini, what Ashwini said? By working lot and manufacturing lot and making money. Yes, exactly. Ban all strikes and lockout. Don't you think it's a good initiative? That if there will be no strikes, no lockouts, no lockdown, then it's the best thing. Labor are going to work continuously, and when they are going to work continuously, country is going to be great. Yes, don't you think so? Yes, everyone. Yes. Negate the conflict between both. That's clear. Ban all strikes and lockout. When there is no strike, then laborers are going to work continuously. Rohit, the problem on this platform is I have to use English only because the channel is CSE English. If it was CSE only, then we allow to speak in Hindi as well as English. Of course, but don't worry if you are having any problem in that. I'm there. Just ask the question. I'm there to solve all your doubts. Don't worry about it. If there is no strike, then how they raise their demand? Oh, ho, see this person is thinking for the labor. Of course, yes, because this is the only way for the labor to protest, to tell the government, to tell the capitalists that you are doing injustice. So now, with help of this charter, they ended, this fascist force ended the right of labor to express their protest. Nobody is having hobby to declare protest, and basically I'm talking about labor. They don't believe in strikes and all, because strikes are going to stop their salary. So they don't want. But whenever the condition is extreme, beyond the control, that's why they use this tool. Clear? They use this tool for that. And now this labor charter ended the possibility of any opposition. Means nobody is going to oppose any action taken by capitalist or government. In short, they ended the voice of laborers. Yes, don't you think so? It's a master stroke. Nowadays, this word is very common. Every stroke is a master stroke. So this is the real master stroke. On one hand, Mussolini controlled laborers. On the other hand, he controlled capitalists as well. How? Because he is going to blackmail the capitalist that I did this thing for you. Now you have to support mills blindly. If you are not going to support, then I'm going to allow the laborers to do that. So with help of this, he basically targeted capitalists as well as he targeted labor. Means he established control over labor as well as capitalists. None of them is going to oppose Mussolini. Don't you think so? Now gradually he establishing his control over Italy. Yes, exactly. Akshay. Sorry. Next thing. In 1928, government processes were there. Means one government order or government, what we can say, the bill was there. The word they used the word government processes. And with this, what they did, they link the economic order. The word is they link the economic order with political order. They linked the economic order with the political order. And the second thing, system of parliamentary representation changed according to fascist syndicate. So first we are going to discuss this thing, what exactly it is. Linking of economic order with the political order. Do you really think so? It's a good idea? Do you really think so that it is a good idea that linking economic order with the political order? Means it's just like that. Let's take example Mukesh Bhai. Mukesh Bhai is earning the profit, lots of profit, and one lady is there. She is holding a portfolio. One lady is there. She is holding a portfolio related to the finances, and that lady is not going to work well. But Mukesh Bhai is a person who earns lots of profit. So don't you think so? If he earns lots of profit, it's basically easy for him to handle the financial policies. Yes, though. Yes, thank you, Rohit. Though it looks good, it looks good that Mukesh Bhai, one person is there. Mukesh Bhai is earning profit. So
to hand over the economy to that person so that he is going to manage the economy. But remember one thing, government is not a company. Government is not working on profit. Government is an institution which have a duty to protect the people as well as follow the policy which are considered as a welfare policy. Means government has to work for the welfare of people, and if economic order linked with the political order, then economic order is going to think about one thing, that is maximization of profit. They are not at all bothered for welfare of people. So this was extremely dangerous step he taken. And why it is so? Because it doesn't require intellectual or political system. Clear? So he linked the economic order with political order. And his idea was basically, since beginning, he wanted to form a corporate state. Means his idea was basically he wants to establish Italian government like company. Yeah. The second point, the system of parliamentary representation changed according to Fascist syndicate. System of parliamentary representation means you and me have a right to elect our own representative. We have voting right. If we don't like any idea of the government or policies, then we have a right to oppose that idea through our representatives. And when he ended this parliamentary system, that means he ended the voices of common man. He already ended the voices of capitalist, labor. Now he ended the voices of common people, and which changed to fascist syndicate. So do you really think so that member of fascist syndicate is having different opinion that of Mussolini? Yes, everyone. Yes, exactly, Narendra. Exactly. Trump is the best example of that. Yes, and there are some people laughing as well. I don't know. I didn't crack any joke. I didn't say anything. Yes. So do you really think so? Anybody in the fascist syndicate is having that much guts to have a different opinion than Mussolini? Nobody is having. Yes, nobody is having that. And the resultant of that, earlier he ended the labor, means controlled the labor class, then he controlled the capitalist class, and now he controlled the common people by ending their right to vote. Clear? Next, in 1934, formation of corporation. He established 22 corporation. He established 22 corporation and equal representation given to both labor and capitalist. In this 22 corporation, equal representation given for both labor and capitalist. Now he gradually is going to control each and every aspect of the Italian life. Each corporation is having one economic committee. There are 22 corporations. Each corporation is having one economic committee, and this economic committee is for economic development. And each corporation has a one council. Means it is like that. This is one corporation, this is another corporation, this is another corporation, and there are 22 in number. So if we considered it, there are 22 in number, and each corporation is having council. Council is like just a group of small people in that council. Each council each corporation is having council, and these council, this group, these councils are going to form National Cooperation Council. That is here, National Cooperation Council. And Mussolini, yes, here is Mussolini. Mussolini was the head of it. Mussolini was head of it. Yes, get it? 22 corporation are there. The 22 corporation is having one economic committee. Along with that, each corporation is having council. This is a small committee, and these all small councils became a part of National Cooperation Council, and Mussolini was the head of it. Don't you think so? Mussolini became dictator right now. Yes, everyone, what do you think? Don't you think so? Mussolini is right now dictator. Yes. If you go through it, do you really think so? Mussolini is becoming dictator, or he is already established himself dictator without proclamation? Yes, everyone, what do you think? Yes, come on. I'm waiting for your answer. Hmm. Yes, Tini, update. What do you think? Whether Mussolini established himself as a dictator, or Mussolini is going to be a dictator? Yes, Nilesh said already established as a dictator, complete dictator, Ashwini said. Okay. Narendra Kumar said, sir, military support is not still there. Then soldiers are to be convinced. No, they convince, already convince everyone. Radical nationalism was their concept. This injection is applicable for all. This injection is applicable for all. Clear? Without declaring, he controlled Italy as a dictator. Clear, everyone? Step by step, step by step. He doesn't wants to be in hurry. He wants to control it, and he wants to consolidate his position. That's why gradually he was controlling each and every aspect of it. Okay. Now the last step he did in 1939, creation of Faces and Corporation. Face. Creation of Faces and Corporation means what exactly he did? He replaced the Chamber of Deputies with corporation, and formation of corporate state accomplished. Faces means not just looking how this person is looking. If this person is looking gorgeous, just take this person in council. It was not the case. Means by identifying person, identifying his ideology, they are going to pick. Means no election, only selection. And to whom they are going to select? Like-minded people, those who are going to follow the order of Mussolini without question. Clear? So this was the last pillar of democracy, Chamber of Deputies. Just means compare with the Rajya Sabha of India. This was the last pillar of democracy, and they destroyed that, and finally Mussolini became the dictator by establishing the corporate state. Yes, those who are new for the today's lecture, I insist you to watch my previous lectures. We started the lecture series from French Revolution and we are now here with the fascism. And one more thing, those who haven't watched my videos of the special classes related to the world history, in the special classes we discuss the revolution topic separately. American Revolution we discuss, then we discuss American Civil War and Industrial Revolution we already discussed. The two revolutions are left, that is Russian Revolution and Chinese Revolution. Today I'm going to take these revolution topics. Okay. So is there any confusion, any doubt to understand the rise of fascism? Yes? Any doubt, any question? If you don't have, then we are going to move another topic here, that is similarities and differences between fascism and Nazism. Yes, do you have any question, any doubt related to how fascism controlled whole Italy, how Mussolini became the dictator? Yes, if you have doubt, please let me know. If you don't have, then also let me know, yes or no, so that I will get no doubt. Sometimes I really wondered when you don't have a doubt whether you're getting it or not. No doubt at all. I'm really fortunate to have a people like you. No doubts. How people react, yes, Akshay, good, very good. Akshay said how people react on this when they realize they are cheated by Mussolini. Ha ha ha. Whatever they are going to feel, whether they have any choice to change it. Yes, Akshay, whether they have any choice. They already lost everything. They don't have a voice to raise. And that is the speciality of fascism. Fascism fooled the masses. And while fooling the masses, masses enjoyed that. They didn't realize they are being fooled by fascist forces. And once everything they control, then they realize, oh, we get fooled by these people. Now what to do? Nothing. Just wait for a change. Yes, Akshay, exactly. They have no choices. Clear? And if you find any resemblance anywhere in the world, it is just a coincidence. As I mentioned earlier also, that in history, names and places changes, events remain the same. So you can compare with any country, it is present everywhere. Okay, I didn't say anything. Next, similarities and differences between fascism and Nazism. Please tell me the similarities and differences between fascism and Nazism. Do one thing. Do one thing. Let's first discuss the differences between fascism and Nazism, and then we are going to discuss the similarities. Yes, so that it will be easy for all of us to focus on one aspect instead of two. Differences. Differences, as Ashwini said, Nazism was talking about race purity, race superiority. Fascism was talking about nationalism, curbing the freedom. Ashwini, it is what we can say, this package of fascism, including Nazism, is having this aspect, curbing the freedom and giving the injection of nationalism. So that is not the difference. Yes, the first was difference. Whatever you mentioned, Nazism was talking about purity of blood, purity of race. Yes, that madness was going on. Yes, what about others? What do you think? The difference, first difference she mentioned. Second, yes, I'm writing here for you, though it's very difficult as the pen of the pentab broke. And thank you for your cooperation. Because of that, I'm able to write everything. So first, what she mentioned, that is race purity was concept. Yes, the concept of racial purity was there present in Nazism. It was absent in Fascism. Second difference, we're writing difference. Second difference, yes, everyone, please just think about it. Don't think you're writing exact answer or not. Just write it down. I'm not here to judge you. Please remember. I don't have any authority to judge you. I'm not a school teacher that every time I'm going to judge you. Yes, come on. Waiting for your reply. I know I'm giving you, means I'm basically making you discomfortable by asking the question every time you have to write. Otherwise, just sitting and listening lecture is the best option for you. But I'm that person who loves to do that. I love to ask the question, and at the same time, I love to reply the answers if you ask the question to me. Next, it is just like coin, which have two sides of Nazism and Fascism. Actually, I didn't ask that. I asked the differences between Fascism and Nazism. There, yes, whatever you have mentioned, ornamentation wise, it's good. Similarities we can consider, but I want differences. What do you think? What were the differences? And why I ask you? Because such type of question doesn't require specialized knowledge. With help of whatever limited knowledge you have, you are in a position to write it. Just think it. Just think over it. Anybody can answer it. Anybody. And if anybody can answer, why not you? I don't consider you in the part of anybody. Clear? So, please. Yes, please reply. I'm waiting for your answer. Narendra Kumar said Nazism was supported on science and fascism on patriotic values. Okay, go ahead. As we mentioned, industrialization, they focuses on industrialization. It also means they focuses on science. Without science, industrialization is not possible in fascism. Clear? Broad differences. Broad differences. Don't tell me that you don't know this thing. Or don't tell me that fascism was there in Italy and Nazism was in Germany. Everybody knew that. This is not the difference. You can write whatever these things I have mentioned if you don't have any content, because leaving answer or leaving the pages, blank pages is not a good option. Then you can write this thing. But if you're going to write such answer, you will not fetch good marks. Clear? Those who wants to do UPSC tourism, then it's better for them. But those who wants to become bureaucrat, such type of answers is not expected from you. So just think on the normal line. I think it's very difficult for you. None of you are going to reply. Okay, I change the question for you. As you are not replying for that, I'm changing the question for you. Tell me the similarities between fascism and Nazism. Yes, as you all are facing difficulty and we are a democracy. Yes, we are in democracy. So if subjects are facing problem, if the citizens are facing problem, then it's duty of other citizens to change that. Tell me similarities. Subjugation of a class by another class. Fascism was socialism with the capitalist. Nazism was anti-Semitism and all anti. Okay, okay, okay. Yes. Yes, similarities. Any similarities? No. See, I gave you the opportunity and you didn't use it. But still, I can wait for a minute for your reply. And if you're not going to reply, then I'm going to tell you. Similarity is gathered mass support to achieve goal by speak about their issue, then avoid people after in power. Akshay, though it is good, but you are not going to mention this thing in examination. Nele said both were anti-communist. Yeah, similarities. Yes, of course, you can write. They were anti-socialist. That is similar. Don't you think one more similarity is there in which is very common without any specialized knowledge you can mention? Mhm. Dictatorship, anti-democratic. Yes, exactly. Dictatorship, anti-democratic. Yes, whatever you mention. Oppose the ideology of liberalism, communism, democracy. Yes, they were against the democracy. They were supporting the idea of dictatorship. Yes, they supported the idea of dictatorship. Both were against the equality. Yes, of course, because they were against new ideas, that's clear. But it is just like you're telling part, subpart, against subpart, against subpart. You're stick in that. But there are other similarities as well. Why you're not focusing on that? Clear? Okay. So whatever you said, it's exact. Yes. So now let's see whatever the point you mentioned, whether it is there or not. Okay. Just a moment. Dissimilarities. The first dissimilarity is Nazi doctrine of blood and soil. Nazi doctrine of blood and soil, which represent bias towards peasantry. This bias is in the form of positive attitude. That means they gave privileges to the peasantry. Why? Because they considered peasants as a peasant represent most qualities of German race. Peasant represent the most quality of German race. So, so they are having pure blood. So this is the policy: blood and soil. Clear? Such policy absent in fascism. Clear? Purity of blood, the concept that is known as write down like blood and soil. The Nazi doctrine of blood and soil was having bias toward peasantry. They considered they have a feature of German race, pure feature of German race, and such policy was absent in fascism. Next, Hitler's approach to treat peasantry generously means his affiliation or bias towards peasantry was more, and Hitler gave new status in the new order. Do you know the similarity between this word new, everything is new, new Germany, new order, new status. Clear? So Hitler's approach towards peasantry that they gave higher status in the new order. Why? Because they are having purity of blood. Such aspect is absent in feminism. Absent in fascism. So what is basically this purity of blood concept means, as you know, Hitler hated Jews, and in the cities, people are living together, whether you are Jew, Christian, or any other. You live together, and you know that it's very easy in the cities to have interfaith, interreligious, intercaste marriage because acceptability is there. But such type of acceptability is not there in villages. So in the villages, 99.99% no such thing present. If you have a love marriages in villages, it's really difficult. And sometime couple lost their life. This is the harsh reality in India. It is the same thing all over the world. Clear? And villages, they are having rigidity. So that's why he focuses on them. He considered that peasants are having pure blood because lack of inter-religious marriages. Next, policy of racism and anti-Semitism was important in Nazism. Anti-Semitism means basically a policy of targeting a particular group. Yes, anti-Semitism means targeting one particular group. And in case of Germany, they were Jews. Policy of racism means purity of blood, Aryan race they were mentioning. Anti-Semitism means targeting Jews. So this was an important approach in the Nazism, but such type of approach was absent in fascist Italy till 1938. But once they signed the Pact of Steel, once they have developed a close cooperation with each other, then fascist Italy also followed this policy of anti-Semitism. Clear? Next dissimilarity. Next dissimilarity is corporatism is introduced by fascist Italy, but it was absent in Nazi Germany. And I was wondering when you are answering this question, you didn't mention about this. Just now we mentioned corporate state. Have you ever heard this thing in Nazi Germany? No, but still you didn't reply because you didn't focus well. Clear? So whenever the question is there, just focus, try to find out the answer. That's why I mentioned no need of specialized knowledge to answer such type of question. Clear? So presence of corporatism was there in fascist Italy and it was absent in Nazi Germany. Next important thing, constitutional position of Hitler and Mussolini were different. Hitler was a chancellor, but there were no president over Hitler, so he was whole sole authority there. Mussolini was a prime minister, though position looked like same, but Mussolini was under king. Clear? Means he was answerable to king. Hitler was not answerable to anybody because he was a supreme leader. That's the difference. Next, fascist Italy shows reconciliation approach with the Pope means religion. He accepted the he accepted Catholicism as the state religion of Italy. Such type of approach was absent in Germany. Means religion doesn't play important role in Germany. but it played an important role in fascist Italy. Next thing, that is the most important difference as well. Nazism was more brutal. Nazism was more brutal, more fanatic, and more dogmatic as compared to fascist Italy. Yes, Nazism was more brutal, more fanatic, and more dogmatic as compared to fascist Italy. Is that clear to all of you? Yes, everyone, is that clear to you? Or do we have any question? Yes, do you have any question? Yes, everyone, do you have any question, any query? Everything is clear. So smart you all are. No doubt at all, no question, no query. Okay, so I left one task for you. I left one task for you, and that is find out the similarities between Nazism and Fascism. Yes, you have to do some work, no? You are not getting anything without efforts. So you have to make efforts. So I ask you, it's a request from my side to find out the similarities. Clear? So that's all for today's lecture. Thank you very much for your valuable time. Those who haven't taken subscription, please take subscription, and along with that, please remember I'm here to conduct the world history lecture as well as international relation lecture, and this international relation IR lecture is at 11 o'clock today only. Every day it is on 11 a.m. and we have a special classes in the evening. You will get the notification of it, and those who want to know the update of the special classes and all, you can join my channel at Unacademy underscore Harshv10. This is my Telegram channel. You can join, and thank you very much for your valuable time. Thank you.